In some cases, doing less can really make you move faster. This is not obvious, but here is an example so you understand what I mean. If you have a task to dig a deepest hole you can for a certain period of time, let's say 1 day, and you fully dedicated to complete this task at your fullest. You want to invest all your time, all your effort because you want to win in this task. And you grab a shovel and you jump into the work and you work hardly and you make no rest and you cover it in sweat and you feel the dedication to this work and you do not rest, do not eat, nothing. You pull everything what you have from yourself into this task. You work hard, and what is even more important, you feel that you actually truly give it all, doing all what is possible. So you feel legit about doing this, that you are correct. And in the end of the day, when time is over, we measure your pit. And you dig some size. We just noted it. Then let's take another scenario. You have the same task, the same amount of dedication, the same amount of time, but instead of shovel, you jump to the work using escalator. In this scenario, you can lazily sit beside the steering wheel, using only your finger. You can press the buttons. You can drink beer. You're totally relaxed. You can some call to your friends, relatives. You can do the same job lazily, half-assed, not even pain, without stress. And in the end of the day, of course, your result will be much higher, 100 times higher. Because, hello, Mr. Hello, guys. Because the task was to dig the deepest hole you have. The task wasn't put the most effort you can. The task wasn't to get yourself tired to the last point. Do you see what I mean? We as humans, this is a problem I see in many people who struggle to make money, with people who are struggling with burning out. We are all humans. We have this problem. We tend to measure our effectiveness by tiredness, not by actual output, but by the sheer amount of our willpower and basically physical energy that we put in task. And reality is that it's not correct, it's not effective. In many cases, if you will just rethink whatever you do, in most cases you will find that there is another way to do what you do and get much more better result and put in much less effort. The thing is that we just have a lot of psychological guards that prevents us from doing so. It just feels this way emotionally, that when I put all this hardship to the work, I feel tired, I'm covered with sweat. That means I did maximum that I could. No, it doesn't mean. It just means that you don't know. It just means that you substitute the process of seeking the most effective way of doing something with a comforting truth that you are getting through your emotions. Simply put, when you're tired, you just feel that you did it all. When you are not tired, you feel that you are kind of lamely doing things, lamely working. The thing is that your emotional state is not the state of your environment. It's not the state of nature. the task or sequence of events or whatever, they exist behind you, beside your body. And if there is a task to dig a hole, it's not measured in how you're tired. It's not measured how many liters of sweat did you pull off. It just measured in final measurement output. And the moment you understand this, the moment you realize this, you will start putting much more mental energy and strategical mindset to things. And you will do more, and you will tired less, and you will feel less anxiety and kinda maybe resentment that you're kinda not working at fullest. You can allow yourself to relax, and in these moments you don't feel that you're doing something wrong. When you understand that your personal condition is not the same as environmental tasks. And many people have this problem. Even myself. When I don't work, I feel that I'm doing something wrong. And by the way, one of the biggest problems, one of the biggest predicaments that put you into this state, the state of I'm working in trenches, is caffeine. People take coffee, and coffee is a stimulant. But the side effect of coffee is that it greatly narrows your attention, and it increases cortisol, the hormone that gives us energy, but by the cost of anxiety. It's a stress hormone. So, with the coffee, we feel the urge and input to doing something. We need something to do. It's itchy feeling to do something. And at the same time, our attention narrowing, meaning that when we see the target, we focus on this target. It became like tunnel vision. In this case, caffeine works like something that tunnels our vision. So we quickly identify any target which is in the nearest proximity. It can be whatever on your work, answering emails. You jump to this task because you also feel itching, and you just doing. You are working in the trenches. But the reality is that when you are in the trenches and you are holding the instrument in your hands, you see only surroundings of the trenches, and you see only your instrument, and you are digging with all your body. At this time, two things happen. First, you don't think because your mind is occupied by sheer micro movements that you do, but sheer the volume of small things that you have to control and to do. And the second, you feel emotionally confidence and I would say calmness that you're doing the right thing. Are you working? Yes. Are you working hard? Yes. If I'm working at my hardest, what else I can do? And this kind of alleviate the burden of decision from yourself. It's alleviate the burden of thinking from yourself. Now you don't have to strategize, you don't have to take any decisions because I do what I can do. I'm working to the fullest. I'm tired. And at the same time, when you're in the trenches, you don't have the strategic view of everything around you. If you are in the pit, in the mine, you don't see the field where might be many mines. It's like different perspective. Let's take a race. You can be a racer and you can sit in the car, and all your view is the wheel and the road, and you're totally focused on the road and onto how drive the car, and you can see only a small portion of the road to the nearest turn. But if you are a commentator and you are sitting high in the tower, you can observe the whole track, the whole cars. You can understand the whole big picture, and your position in this moment totally different. And you, as a commentator, will take a completely different decisions, strategic, which lead to a different, dramatically different results. Maybe what I'm talking sounds too abstract for you, to not connected to the day-to-day activities. Maybe it's my way to think about things. What I want to say, if you drink coffee, you don't think strategically, you think on the level of day-to-day tasks. You might feel that you do a lot, but eventually you have a little output and progress on your life still a little. And all this stuff, it compounds day by day, week by week, month by month. And on the grand scheme of things that measured into year, you are finding yourself in totally different point that you might find yourself otherwise. And this is only because of not taking responsibility to give yourself more time, do less, and put more strategic thinking and effort into finding more effective ways to do something. More effective ways that eventually will take less your effort and allow you to take more joy, pause, and free time. This is for today. Think wisely and work less.